The Silent Sisters. In the remote countryside of northern Italy, nestled between dense woods and craggy hills, stood the convent of Santa Maria dell'Inferno. The convent, named with an irony lost to time, was known for its cloistered nuns who had taken a vow of silence. Local villagers spoke of strange happenings, but none dared venture close. Sister Agatha, a recent transfer from another convent, arrived at Santa Maria with a sense of foreboding. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the occasional creak of ancient wooden beams. She was greeted by the stern Mother Superior, Sister Beatrice, whose eyes bore a heaviness that spoke of unspeakable secrets. From her first night, Sister Agatha felt watched. Shadows seemed to move in the dim candlelight, and whispers, too faint to discern, echoed through the stone corridors. Despite the eerie atmosphere, she resolved to adhere to her duties, seeking solace in her faith. One night, while praying in the chapel, Sister Agatha noticed a door she had never seen before, partially concealed behind a tattered tapestry. Curiosity gnawed at her, and she felt an inexplicable urge to investigate. As she approached, she felt a chill run down her spine. She pushed the door open, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. With a trembling hand, she lit a candle and ventured down. The air grew colder and heavier with each step. At the bottom, she found a hidden chamber filled with old, decaying manuscripts and a large, ancient crucifix. The most striking feature, however, was a large, ornate mirror covered in a thick layer of dust. As she wiped away the grime, her reflection seemed to shift and distort. Sister Agatha felt a presence behind her. Spinning around, she saw nothing but darkness. Her candle flickered, threatening to extinguish. She turned back to the mirror and saw not her own reflection, but that of a pale, ghostly nun with hollow eyes and a twisted smile. The apparition whispered her name, and the mirror shattered with a deafening crash. Terrified, Sister Agatha fled the chamber and bolted the door behind her. She ran to Mother Superior, stammering about what she had seen. Sister Beatrice's face paled, and she led Agatha to her office, locking the door behind them. Mother Superior revealed the dark history of the convent. Centuries ago, it had been the site of unspeakable rituals conducted by a renegade group of nuns who had forsaken their vows. They had summoned a malevolent entity, hoping to gain eternal life. Instead, they were cursed, trapped in a limbo between life and death, their souls bound to the convent. The mirror, Sister Beatrice explained, was a portal to their realm. The entity they had summoned had taken the form of a nun, tormenting those who discovered the truth. Over the years, several nuns had gone missing, their souls claimed by the vengeful spirit. Determined to end the curse, Sister Agatha and Mother Superior devised a plan. They would perform a ritual of exorcism to banish the spirit and free the trapped souls. As they prepared, the atmosphere in the convent grew more oppressive. The nuns, sensing the impending confrontation, prayed fervently. On the night of the exorcism, the chapel was filled with flickering candles and the murmured prayers of the nuns. Sister Agatha and Mother Superior stood before the mirror, reciting ancient prayers and invoking the protection of the saints. The air grew icy, and a howling wind swept through the chapel, extinguishing the candles. In the darkness, the ghostly nun appeared, her twisted smile widening. She lunged at Sister Agatha, but Mother Superior stepped between them, holding up a crucifix. The entity recoiled, screeching in fury. The nuns joined hands, their prayers growing louder and more fervent. With a final, deafening scream, the spirit was pulled back into the mirror. The glass repaired itself, sealing the portal. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by a serene calm. Sister Agatha and Mother Superior collapsed, exhausted but relieved. The curse was broken, and the souls of the damned nuns were finally at peace. The convent of Santa Maria dell'Inferno returned to its quiet, pious life, but the memory of that harrowing night lingered. a testament to the enduring power of faith and the bravery of those who confronted the darkness. In the years that followed, Sister Agatha often wondered about the fate of the cursed nuns and the entity they had summoned. She prayed for their souls, hoping they had found the redemption they sought. And though the mirror remained hidden, its surface now covered by a thick curtain, she knew that the darkness had been banished, and the convent was once again a place of light and hope. Late one evening, many years after the exorcism, an elderly Sister Agatha sat in the chapel, lost in prayer. The candlelight flickered, casting long shadows on the walls. As she rose to leave, she noticed a faint glow emanating from behind the tapestry. With a sense of dread and curiosity, she approached and pulled the tapestry aside. The hidden door stood ajar. Heart pounding, she descended the stairs once more. The air was cold and still, the memory of her first descent flooding back. At the bottom, the chamber looked untouched, the ancient crucifix standing sentinel. The mirror, now unveiled, shimmered eerily in the candlelight. Her reflection appeared normal at first, but then her image shifted. The ghostly nun with hollow eyes and a twisted smile stared back at her, whispering her name. Sister Agatha's blood ran cold as the apparition stepped out of the mirror, reaching towards her with translucent hands. The chapel above echoed with the distant, mournful prayers of the other nuns. Sister Agatha felt a surge of resolve. She grasped the crucifix from the wall, holding it aloft. The spirit recoiled, its form flickering. With a voice steady and strong, she began to pray, her words filling the chamber. The spirit writhed, its screams mingling with the chanting of the nuns above. The mirror began to crack, light spilling from its fractures. In a blinding flash, the mirror shattered and the ghostly nun vanished. The oppressive cold lifted, replaced by a profound silence. Sister Agatha, breathless and weary, knew that the entity had been banished for good this time. Returning to the chapel, she found the nuns waiting, their faces filled with concern and relief. She smiled, feeling a deep sense of peace. The darkness had been vanquished, and the convent was free at last. Santa Maria dell'Inferno remained a sanctuary of faith and light, its haunted past a distant memory. Sister Agatha's courage and unwavering faith had not only saved the convent but had ensured that the silent sisters could once again pray in peace, their voices a harmonious chorus of devotion and hope.